Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. If you're new here, hi, my name's Vilgi. It's lovely to have you here on my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing a complete college guide to Durham University. I graduated from Durham University. I studied sociology at St Mary's College. And if you're looking to apply to Durham, maybe you already have applied, maybe you've even accepted a place there, and you are waiting for your college offer, or you know which college you're going to, but you haven't had an opportunity to visit, or if you did and it was just a super rushed visit and you're not really fully sure about what your college is going to be like, do not worry, I got you. I'm going to tell you a little bit about each of the colleges, every single one of them, and there's 17 of them altogether. So hopefully by the end of this video you'll have a better insight into what all the Durham colleges are like, and a little bit about their ethos I'll enlighten you with as well. So if you're liking the sound of this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Do subscribe to my channel as well. That made me very happy indeed. Without further ado, let's get straight on with the video. Alrighty then, so I'm going to start with St Mary's because it's the one that I attended, I know lots about it, and I'm going to start with it. So St Mary's College was originally a female only college. It's not like that anymore, it's mixed. I would say it's a relatively large college. I think about 450 students in their first year live within the college itself. So like I was saying, relatively large. It's actually separated into quite a few different buildings. So I think they've actually extended it recently as well. So it's even bigger than it used to be. And there's a Ferguson building, which is like the old-fashioned one where like all the breakfast, lunch, dinner and stuff is served. So if you live there, great, you can go for breakfast in your PJs, which is fab. Honestly, that was really good. I really enjoyed that about it. Then there's Williamson building, which was traditionally known as like the party building. There was like an infamous corridor in Williamson building that all the party people that were apparently all put there. So you know when you fill out that form before you go to college and it's like, do you like to go to clubs? Do you like to do sports, etc, etc. People who said that they really like partying and clubbing, they were kind of all put on the same corridor. So do not lie in that form if you do not like it, because you might end up in that infamous corridor. As with all the colleges, Mary's has loads of societies, loads of different clubs you can join, or if you're being really inventive, you could even start your own club, because Mary's will support you in doing that as well. Mary's is a hill college, so if you're doing science or anthropology or something like that, basically it's right next door to your lessons, which is really convenient because all lessons start at around about 9 o'clock I think. Some may have practicals which start slightly earlier than that now, so I mean if you're gonna want your sleep but you know you're doing science, maybe Mary's is a good option for you. I'm now going to move on to talk about St Chad's College. Oh my goodness, Chad's is such a lovely college. I think if I was actually going to select again, I would probably select St Chad's just because I really loved it when I went for like drinks and bar and that kind of thing. So it's a really small college. It's one of the smallest in fact in all of Durham, and it's on the Bailey in Durham. So that's basically near where the cathedral is. It's on one of the oldest streets in Durham. It's in a grade listed building. It's honestly so stunning, and St Chad's is usually referred to as very friendly. Everyone knows everyone because there's just such a small number of first year students living there, and basically if you want like a really sort of close-knit family-like college, then St Chad's is a really good option for you. Similarly, St John's College is along the same street. It's on one of the oldest streets in Durham. It's also on the Bailey, and again it's in grade listed buildings. So if you love a bit of history steeped into where you're going to be staying, then St John's could be a good option. I know lots of people who are religious also go to St John's College. Now on to Hatfield College. Hatfield College is the second oldest in Durham, and it has had a lot of work done to it recently. So they renovated its bar, so that's all shiny and new now. I think they may have done some work on the gym as well because it used to be really old-fashioned, but I think they might have renovated it a little bit. And it has lots of different sports clubs, and also Hatfield is directly opposite the Assembly Rooms Theatre, so if you're into the theatre, if you love the performing arts as well, then that could be a great college for you because it's right opposite it. And if you do university drama, basically you'd be right near where your performances are going to be held, and also where like all your rehearsals are, so it'd be like a 2-minute walk to that, so that would be really convenient. Okay, so we're taking a little trip back up to the hill. So Collingwood College is usually thought of as a large informal college. It's up on the hill, so again near science and anthropology, and the library of course, Bill Bryson Library is up on the hill as well. If you want a kind of more usual university experience, that you don't really want to be feeling like you're back in the Stone Age necessarily, you don't want to be wearing gowns and stuff to all your formals, then I would say Collingwood is a good option, especially if you want to meet lots of people, especially sporty people, they go there. And everyone who's been to Collingwood that I knew from university, they really enjoyed the experience. It would probably feel more like going to any other university because it hasn't got as much as the old-fashioned traditional values in it. It still has like traditional Durham values, but the way that the college is run is more modern. So if you're into a more modern experience, then Collingwood would be a great option. Now, right next door basically to Collingwood is a college called Grey College, and it's also really big, but it's different in the sense that it has more tradition to it. So you will wear a gown when you have your formals, which personally I think is so much fun. You'll definitely get a bit more of a Harry Potter-esque vibe to your experience if you get to wear a gown. It's really fun, you get to flounce around in it, and honestly, like, it's gonna be one of the things you remember about Durham. I think I actually still have my gown somewhere. It's good for, like, you know, Halloween and stuff when you're gonna dress up after you've graduated, so I mean, that's good. Grey College is a creative college. If you're into getting involved in like art societies and stuff, they are really fab for that. I know that when they do formals, the formals obviously like really big events because there's so many people living within the college, and then of course people who are living out of college, like people in their second and third years and postgrads, when they go as well, like basically to decorate the formal you can join the art societies and you can help sort of dress the tables, dress the room with the decor, and that can be a fun thing that you do at that college. I know that that's really a big thing there, so if you're into that, you know, you like to get your creativity on, maybe that's a good option. Josephine Butler College is up on the hill also. It's self-catered, so if you don't want to eat a diet of 90% potato, which is what the catered colleges usually have, I'm sorry to tell you, I'm sorry, but it just is, it's potatoes. Basically, Josephine Butler could be a great option for you. Everyone has quite a togetherness there because obviously in the evenings and stuff you'll probably be cooking together some of the time. It has quite a modern vibe to it, but you will also still get to wear a gown at your formals and stuff and at your balls, so like that's really good. That's like nice if you want a traditional Durham experience but you would rather like do your own cooking and stuff, or if you've got any dietary requirements and that kind of thing. Onto a college that you may not have actually heard of. It's kind of one that gets sort of maybe swept into the carpet a little bit, not everyone has even heard of it. John Snow College is a modern college but with very traditional Durham values, so if you feel like that hybrid fusion could be for you, then John Snow is definitely one that's worth looking into. And onto St Aidan's College, also on the hill. It's kind of just behind Van Mildert College and opposite Mary's in Trevelyan. This will all make so much more sense when you're actually in Durham. There's just so much packed into a relatively small space. You get to wear gowns and it's a really nice creative college also. It's very conveniently placed if you're doing science, like I was saying again, any of the subjects which are taught on the hill opposite the library. So for example, that would also include geography, anthropology, like I was saying. Sometimes if you're doing an art subject, you'll have some of your tutorials and seminars up where the library and stuff is as well, even if most of your lessons are actually on New Albert, so just something worth bearing in mind. On to St Cuthbert Society. St Cuthbert Society is a really lovely college. It's actually separated into two locations. Also, if you can hear some crazy drilling, it's because there is crazy drilling going on outside. Someone's having a fence pulled down, like I have no idea why, but anyway, St Cuthbert Society is in two different locations and it's both catered and self-catered, so if you want to cook your own food most of the time but you kind of want a little bit of catering occasionally, especially if you know you're going to be super busy with like sport and you've got a really demanding subject as well, that could be really good for you because it's also on the Bailey and also on near a place called Green Lane as well. It just depends where your accommodation is, where you'll actually be living. Now this is actually quite exciting. There's a brand new college at Durham University called South College, and it is a really interesting mixture of so many things that Durham is all about. So it's a modern college, but they wanted to keep the traditional values of being at Durham, so it is gowned. Stevenson College is located on the hill and it is self-catered as well. So if you're looking to do science and you also want to be self-catered but you kind of want a slightly smaller college, that could be for you. And Van Mildert College is also on the hill. That's actually quite a big college. It's centred around a lake, so if you have one of the rooms that is around the lake, basically you've got a really nice view, and sometimes there's like little ducks in it and stuff, so that's really cute. They have lots of sport teams and societies you can get involved in, lots of formals, lots of balls, so that could be a good option if you like a really sort of togetherness experience from your college. And also it's really easy walking distance into the town. In fact, all of the hill colleges are really. Basically, I would just say it takes about an extra 15 to 20 minutes in comparison to ones that are on the Bailey, which are basically already in the city centre, or ones that are located like further down into Durham. It's not really that far because you can walk from one side of Durham to the other in literally half an hour or 35 minutes depending on how fast you walk. Milder College is also located right near the business school, so if you're looking to study business studies, that's super convenient for you because it is literally right next door. And I believe that 524 students live within the college itself, and most of them are first years. University College is probably the fanciest college that Durham University has, and if you're lucky enough to get into University College, then oh my goodness, you're in for such a treat because it's located partly within the castle of the Durham city, basically right next to the cathedral, and there's some other accommodation behind Waterstones, which if you like books, it's very convenient, and that's called Moatside. So basically it just depends where you're allocated. Also, Castle is located in some of the listed buildings on the Bailey as well, so it's kind of like interspersed around, but basically you will go to the castle for like your meals and your breakfast and like everything like that, because it is a catered college as well. It is literally stunning, and you could even end up living in the castle itself, which to me just sounds like the absolute dream. Like, it would just be so nice to live in there. But if you do get a room there, you will have a roommate, so you have to bear that in mind. You won't get like the whole bougie room, especially just to yourself. You will have to share the privilege, but if you're alright with that and you kind of like the idea of roommate, then you can put down that you're happy with that, and then you could potentially be offered that, and that would definitely add something to your experience. I knew someone who actually had a room in the castle, and I was like, that must be incredible, and they did confirm that it was. And Euston College, now that's a really good college if you're a postgrad. It's exclusively for postgraduates, and it is also self-catered, and basically it is stunning on the outside. I saw a photograph of it a few days ago, and I actually couldn't believe how gorgeous it is. It's such an Instagrammable place as well if you love to take cute photographs, because it just looks so regal. It has almost like a London townhouse, but kind of like exclusive vibe to it. It is really stunning. So if you really do like where you're living to look incredibly beautiful, then that's a really great option. And especially if you're going to be in Durham for like 1 or 2 years doing your postgraduate, then that's a great option for you, because it will also allow you to mix with very like-minded people. Everyone that's postgrad, everyone's already done their undergraduate degree, and you know that means everyone will be very similar age to you probably, and also it means everyone you're mixing with is going to basically have similar interests, and that you're not going to be kept awake by people who are, you know, new to clubbing and going to Clute. Clute is one of the infamous clubs in Durham, by the way, if you didn't already know. Maybe Google Clute, because it will become a word in your vocabulary very soon. But yeah, Euston I think is a great option for postgraduates. And last but by no means least, we have Hillbead College. That was founded in 1839, and it's one of Durham's most old colleges, and it's really lovely. Again, it's split into different buildings, and there's quite a strong emphasis at Hillbead on the arts. So if you're into drama, that's a good option. It's also quite a sporty college as well, but unlike Collingwood and Grey College, it is kind of more old-fashioned because the buildings themselves are old as well. So if you're kind of looking for that like rustic vibe, then Hillbead could be a great option. And also if you're studying things like English, which will be held on New Elvert, then it's also quite a good distance to your lessons, because I think from Hillbead to New Elvert it's probably about 7 minutes. It's a catered college, and also there are no gowns for your formals, so it's rustic in the sense where you live kind of has like an oldie worldy vibe. However, the actual ethos itself has a slight modern twist to it, so you don't have to feel like you're going to be thrown back into the past if you don't want to be. Everything is kind of more modern in that sense. And I know for their I think once a year they get like a day, every college gets a day, so like Hillbead Day, everyone wears like see, it's interesting because most colleges for their college day end up just getting like t-shirts made for the day, and it'll have like 2021 St. Chad's or whatever. But Hillbead, actually everyone dresses up in suits and stuff, so even though they're more modern in some ways, they actually do certain things slightly more formally, so it's a good hybrid. Okay, so there we have it. That is my complete college guide to Durham University. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you do have any other questions at all for me, please do leave them down below in the comment section. I'll get straight back to you, because I know picking a college can be just such a difficult thing, and I know especially if you've only had a very brief look at them, or maybe not even had the opportunity to look at them at all, then making your decision can feel like just grabbing in the dark. So please do let me know if you have any questions, because I can probably answer them quite in depth for you. If there are any other different types of Durham video you'd like to see from me, do let me know as well, because you know, I pretty much know everything there is to know about the university, about the college experience. So let me know, especially if you want to know stuff about St Mary's, because I did live there. Maybe you want like a Durham graduate's confessions, or like secrets of a Durham graduate video. Do let me know, because there's lots of things that happen obviously at university that aren't like just about this building looks like this college is like this, you know, so I can give you some like juicy deets as well if you want. So if you did make it to this point in the video, thank you so much for sticking around. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it useful, informative, all that good stuff. If you did, do remember to give it a thumbs up, do subscribe to my channel as well, and I'll see you again very, very soon in a brand new video. Bye!